Hey guys, today we are going to make some pork baby back ribs. Just pulled them out of the cryo vac wraps, and so just getting ready to get started on them. Here is some rub that we made for the pork ribs, equal parts of both salt and pepper. I'm starving. I can't wait. I wish I didn't have to wait so long for these to be ready. You have equal parts salt and sugar, a little onion powder, a little cayenne for a little bit of spice, a little heat to it. Have some brown sugar in there as well, garlic powder, and a little minced onion. So I use just some regular old yellow mustard. I like the way that it produces the bark, and just kind of makes it. I like the flavor that it adds to pork whenever you're smoking it, and I just think it makes for really good. So I'm gonna flip the. There we are. So get you guys positioned here. So on these. Hey Dallas, thank you guys. Thank you for showing up here. So I take just a regular, it's almost like a boning knife or whatever. It's got a little bit of flexibility to the blade. It's nice, easy to work with. And, I just kind of trim these up a little bit. I don't like any of the hanging fat on them at all, or even some of the hanging meat really, because that tends to burn whenever you're cooking them and getting them ready and stuff. So I take off, anything that I think is going to possibly burn, so that way we can, not have any burnt parts, and, just makes for a better cooked product. So on these, they're pretty good. I mean, for the most part, a little bit of trimming that has to be done, but, these ribs typically come pretty good, pretty much ready to get on the smoker and get them going. Sometimes you'll find them a little bit over trimmed even on some cases. So, on those, you gotta be careful with those. You kind of want to search out, the packs of ribs and stuff like that before you buy them. So, wash up here. So once we get the trimming done, the next item that we're going to do is we're going to add just some yellow mustard. And I put it on both sides. You want to create that bark, all the way through. These we're going to smoke for about almost 6 hours, probably 5.5 hours, something like that. And then we'll get those rested a little bit, and then we'll put them out there to be ready to be serviced and cut and everything like that. So you just want to kind of rub it in, make sure that you get a nice even coating, throughout each rib. I try to make sure that, I kind of work it in a little bit, and it just, the rub will adhere to it nicely, and, it makes for really good. So I kind of do some of that. Where are you guys at from today? I know we got someone from Dallas here. Dallas has some really good barbecue joints. A lot of good places to go eat there. Texas, as far as per capita, has some really nice barbecue places to go eat, and that's one of the things that I really like about living in Texas is that, even most small towns in Texas will at least have a barbecue place. They may not have a McDonald's, but they'll have a barbecue joint. So once we get the yellow mustard on there, hey Nevada, how you doing? We'll come and take some of this rub, get it on there, and you just want it to be not caked on. You want it just to be a nice, even covering. You don't want it so much that all you're tasting is the rub. In Texas, you know, it's about just enhancing the flavor of the meat with the rub. You know, you don't really want to put so much on there that all you're tasting is rub. Most of our meats here, we don't even dress with any barbecue sauce either, because, you know, we want it to just really kind of shine through the flavor of the meat. So on pork ribs, you know, depending on how I'm feeling that day, and I haven't fully figured out what I want to do with them yet, I may do a little mop sauce and kind of finish them up like that. Sometimes, you know, on baby backs, I like them a little sweeter, you know, but that's just a personal preference. Today, cooking for some people that are coming over. Enjoy the weekend. So, I'll give you guys a look at this. So as you guys can see, you know, it's not too much, it's just a nice even coating that we put on there. And then once we're done with that, then what I do is I'll just take them and flip them. These are some nice baby backs. I mean, they have some good size to them, have a lot of meat on them. They have a really good look to them, so I'm excited about these bad boys. So once you get them flipped over again, I check them again to see, you know, is there any little pieces, and, you know, you take off some like this, you know what I mean, and, you know, unfortunately it's some good meat, but, you know, you don't want these hanging pieces, because all they're going to do is just burn. So there's always a little bit of waste with barbecue in regards to some of the trimming that we have to do and everything to prepare them and get them ready. So on this side, we'll do the same as we did on the underside of them. We'll get them with some mustard on them first, so we can create that bark, you know. I think it's key, you know, you want to have a nice bite to them whenever you're taking a bite of them. You want them to be where they come off the bone clean, but you don't want them where they're just falling off the bone either. You know, you want them where there's a little bit of texture to them, and, you know, they have a nice little flavor profile, and they have a nice little kind of snap or a nice little bite whenever you're biting into them. I think that's real key for a good rib. Some people cook them a little too long and they end up just where they just kind of disintegrate or fall off the bone, and I think that's one place that you want to watch whenever you're making your baby backs and everything. You want them to make sure that they're real good. So kind of like how we did the underside, we'll get them all lathered up here with a little bit of mustard. And then once we get them good and coated with mustard, we'll spice them up with a little bit of rub. So again, this rub that we're using is equal parts salt and sugar, or salt and pepper. Has a little cayenne in it, give it a little color. A little brown sugar, give it a little sweetness. I like my pork ribs a little sweeter. If it's beef ribs, we wouldn't put any brown sugar in them. But with the pork ribs, I like them to have just a nice little sweetness to them whenever you're eating them. And then we also have a little bit of minced onion, a little granulated garlic. we're gonna make some recipe cards, and we'll have them out there on our Facebook page at Texas BBQ TV, and also Pinterest and Instagram and everything. So we'll get those put out there for people to be able to, see the measurements of it and everything, so that way you can make your own. Here in Texas we do it, it's a lot less crazy ingredients, and it's more, just natural flavor of the meat and everything, and we try to enhance it a little bit with a little bit of rub here. But I mean, one of the things I always tell people is I think barbecue should be individualized to whatever your tastes are. If you want bigger flavors, or you want, more sauce, or you want any of that, I mean, you should definitely do it. I mean, that's what it's all about, is make it how you want to eat it, so that way it's something that you truly enjoy. So, give you guys a look at these so you can see. Yeah. So like some of those parts that I trimmed off, you could have used for burnt ends. It's really good. On the brisket, I leave some of that on the cap, so that way, we get that burnt end. That's one of my favorite pieces as well. Just love it. This is really good. But you can see, I mean, there's not a whole lot, just kind of evenly covered and ready for the smoker. And, we'll put them on there for about 5.5 hours and get them going. So I'm gonna go put them on the smoker, and we'll go from there. I appreciate it. Thanks again for tuning in to Texas BBQ TV, and we'll talk to you soon.